Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and for my new subscribers, I'm glad you're joining us. My name is Yvonne. In today's video we are continuing with the Waterfall Journal, and today we're going to sew in the signatures. This is part 11 I think, but down in the description box I will put the right number. First of all, we have to see how we position our papers in height, and I also prepared the template for the spine, but I will explain that later. I'm going to put this a bit to the side so it can work better with the signatures. I always start in the middle, so I can take the papers the way I want them. And this I want it exactly, about exactly in the middle of the ledger paper. So that will be like that. These are almost the same, so I'm going to put them on the bottom. I put them at the same place, and then I have a bit of ledger showing. Then the digital, I think I want in the middle of the music paper. So the music paper is showing all around. It's a bit more difficult to hold because these pages are a bit shorter. And then the German book page, let's see. Yeah. About here, like that. Maybe a bit more of the music, like that. Now these are the same, about the same. Yeah, I think I'll put the book page of the font page exactly the same as this one, and then we have the waterfall there. Then this image, yeah. Maybe if I put that, then we have a bit more of the waterfall there. And then the receipt paper, it's the complete height, so that's nothing we have to discuss. This I will have in the middle because then we have a beautiful border all around it. This was the complete height also, so that's not something we have to think about. Then this page was extra, so we're going to put it in the middle. Then the small music page, I put it in the middle also. And I think this will be the most small page. So if I have my template, you'll see that even the small page is, I always use a 5-hole pamphlet stitch because I really want it to stay in place. And I do that because then the larger pages are sewn in with 5. And I have to position this a bit higher, I think, now that I see it. I'll explain later. And now the smaller page is, even if it's, because it's smaller, it's still sewn in with 3 holes. So it's really adhered well. These 2 holes, because I have more pages like this one, I think it's better if I get them, I don't know. Let me see quickly, because that is only sewing in just a couple of papers. It's not taking these papers. If I put it a little higher, it will take this along and here, but then I have to position these. That's a bit short, but I think I will do that. But I'm going a bit lower, so these pages will also get really stuck down by the 5 holes. And I think I'll leave these. Normally I would take this point and then in the middle I would position this, but then this will become lower, and I want this to stick also very well sewn in. So I want this a bit higher, so I'll leave it. So it's not completely the same, but yeah, it doesn't have to. Let's see, this is about 5 centimeters and this is a bit more than 4. Normally I have the same spacing, but sometimes you have to adjust if it's better for your papers. So this is positioned okay. This will be about the same as the other digital, so I'll leave that like that. The green one I'm going to put a bit higher, because then the green here will be showing. That's something I am mindful of too. The braille paper is the complete height, yeah, about. So then the craft paper is speaking out a bit, so I'm going to be starting at the bottom. Our book page can be in the middle, and then in a way our cover page, and I will position that in the middle of the braille paper, so the braille paper will surround the image like that. I'm going to clip it. Let's see where the middle is. Here, I don't know if I'll be able to get all the pages, because the smaller ones, I don't know if they'll grab. I use a large paper clip, because then also the smaller pages will be in there. Let's see, like this. And then flip it around, put some here. This is the back. And here we have some more in the width. Like that. Let's see that it's really in there. Yep. And then, I'll explain how I did that. And you can put your ruler really in there to have it good, like the signature. This I'll make that the complete height of the back. That's how long I make my template. In this instance, I made because it's just one signature. I have to glue that a bit. And this is 2 centimeters. The spine is 2 centimeters, and I cut it exactly to size 2 centimeters because it's easier when I'm making the holes here. And then I fold it in half and mark my middle. Then, because I started there, usually I take ½ inch, fold it, make my mark, fold it, like that. And now it's very easy, because this, normally I work, this is exactly in the middle of those two. I can fold this up, crease it, and then in the fold line I can put my mark, and I'm going to do the same with this. So this is what you're having. And in the fold lines you can put your marks. But like I said, when we were looking at the signatures, I'm also mindful that the pages that not come on completely to the top, that they are sewn in very well. So I decided I'm going to put this a bit lower and this a bit higher, but I'm going to leave these because otherwise the smaller papers are, yeah, they have a lot of room up there that they're not sewn in, and that's something I don't like, but it's completely optional. There are in a way also no rules that you have to follow. So this is just a guideline that I use, and you can always do it differently. That's not a problem at all. Now I have to see how much my papers are from the top. So I'm going to put top here, bottom there, like that. And now I realize that's where I went wrong with my first mark. I started at the top of my back, and in a way you have to start on the top of your pages, because my pages are all inside. I have room here and I have room here. So that's why I had to adjust. I was wondering, because I normally I don't have to adjust. But if I put the pages in the middle, then my largest height is there. And, oops, not shifting it. And then there. And I think if I take ½ an inch, well, it's a bit more that I took now. So now I know where to position my, I'm going to put this to the side because we're not going to need it yet. So now I can, oh, it's not, let's see how I can put it that it's in the frame. Put it real good in here, and then put my mark there, and this mark will be at the top of the largest page. And now I'm going to, yeah, it's hard to see. I wanted to use my other mat. Excuse me. I had to I wasn't completely prepared. I want to stick my holes in that mat like that. So I'm going to position my owl in the middle, and I'm going to close the signature and really push through. And I always push the hole completely until, I have to hold it differently, completely until here. So yeah, this is very straight, but sometimes this is thicker. and then you really have a good hole. Try to hold it up again. So my middle hole is stuck down. Now I'm going to take this hole, pierce it, put my signatures closed and go through. And it's not much, but you can see that this paper is also sewn in later on, and not just the larger pages. And then in the middle hole of these two, the middle of these two, really in there, and hold it up again. It's still looking good. Here's this one, close my signature and really push it through. Then from the last hole, like that. And now with my signature, I'm going to lay this, here is my fold. I'm going to put this against this fold, and that's why I fold it in half. I can put little marks to turn it. I think that will be easier because now I can see it better where this fold is. This is the complete height of the back. Oh, I'm really fiddling. It's the bottom. Won't matter a lot, but you never know. This is the first time I'm doing this on camera, and I feel I'm a bit nervous. And I'm going to mark my holes. You won't be seeing that because we're poking the holes, then you won't see the pencil mark. And yeah, because I can't help it, my perfectionism wants to see if it's in the middle there. And I think about, yeah, maybe just a bit more down, but we're talking about millimeters. So I'm just going to take the bottom of the pencil mark, and then I hope this is very thick. Okay. Yeah, very visible. Okay, yeah, that's really stuck down. I was a bit afraid. Yeah, and use the pencil marks. I was a bit afraid that I would ruin my I forgot my the flaps where I attached everything, but we attached it very strongly. But I can see it moving here, so I was a little startled that it would come undone maybe. And let's see. going on here. Maybe I'll put a clip on here that it doesn't flap all the time. Yeah, looking good. The middle hole. I can make the holes first and then really stick through. It's a lot of layers, so I really wanted that so it will stay. I wouldn't want that it will fall apart if someone is going to use it. Like that. And then I'll show you how the 5-hole pamphlet stitch works. See, they're lining up beautifully. Lucky me. I use just cotton thread. Yeah, for myself, I never had any problems with it. And yeah, I really like it, and I can easily buy it here in the Netherlands. So that's why I use this. It's just a bit more complicated to get it through the needle. I think I don't have all the layers. No. I have to use my little tool. Because this needle is the only needle that has a really sharp point that I have, and yeah, the hole should be a bit bigger, but on the other hand, I don't want to have too big of a hole in my signatures. So this will be okay. And there's also something that's just preference. You can leave when it's finished. I'm going to put that a bit straight in. When you tie your signatures, you can do it on the outside or you can do it on the inside. And for me, I always do it on the inside. I have no idea why, but yeah, for me, I like it better. You can put some beads on here if you want, and yeah, I really like it. So from the inside, we're going to poke through our signatures, through the spine, pull it through. I didn't explain, but that's, I don't cut my rope. About 3 lengths is what you need for a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. So let's see how much I have. 1, 2, yeah, I have about enough. So I'm going to get it on there. So you'll always have enough for that it hangs out there. Then you go back in the next hole, and I always go through here first. Like that, and then I'm going through my signature. It's always a bit, but if the signatures are really, and I always have to watch. I have a template from Nick the Booksmith, and I always have to watch a bit, and then let's see, I'm here, then I'm going there, and then here, going outside again. That's just because I'm real precise. I always want it when it's good, adhered good, sewn in good. Like that. And now we're going back through this hole, and that's the only thing, because if it's waxed, I don't think you'll poke through the thread so easily, and that's something with cotton thread that does happen. But if you're careful, yeah, it won't happen. You can also use the back side of your needle because it's not pointy, and then you're not going through the thread. But it's a bit more difficult to get through, but it works. Like that. But now you still have to go through the signature, and again not poking through the thread. And I'm not really getting it real taut, because I'll do that later. Now we're back in the same hole, and I went through the thread. Yeah. I'm back. I put my needle backwards through the signatures. Then from this hole, we're going to this hole. First, through the signatures. And that's why I don't want to really make this tight, because now you have some room for adjusting your signatures to find the holes. Now I'm not really seeing this one. Here it is, I think. Yes. Going up there. Then again through the signature. And now the tricky part again, because now we're going through this signature again. So I'm going to do it with my needle backwards. Really paying attention that I'm not going through the thread. You know, I can take my needle the normal way because this is just one hole, but it still can happen that you pierce the thread. And then we're going back from the middle or through the middle. And now I have to decide if I do it this way. I'm hoping that I'm not piercing the thread, or yes, I'm fine. sometimes you can use your mat to really poke the needle through, because especially when you have a lot of papers, it's really thick, and then through the middle hole, mindful again that I'm not in my thread. Let's see, yeah, I can push it a bit on my craft mat. I have a lot of string left, but and then you always put one thread on this side and one on this side, but we're first going to check that the threads, yeah, this is very long, but okay. I'm going to leave it a bit longer because then there's always a lot of room to put some dangles or beads on there. And now we have to see that everything is really tight. Let's see, this is going here, there. And that's a way to test it. That can have a bit more. That's tight. And that's this thread. Okay. I think we're okay. Like that, and we can tighten or make a knot in the strings, and then this will hang. And now we can flip through our signatures and see what the journal is looking like. I'm going to leave this so it won't be flapping all over the place, but this is what it looks like, and I really love it. Just the pops of colors and the neutral papers of all the vintage papers. Very fragile, the German paper. So, and now you can see that it's really tight in there. And I usually flip through the pages and really fold them. And in the meantime, you can see how it flows together. Here's the extra page we made. Beautiful digital. This I have to do something with because it's really breaking already. Vintage music paper. Yeah, it's real tight. This is very strong. It's vintage paper, but it's very strong. And this is the middle of a signature. And I'm going to do something here because this was the middle of this digital. This was one A4, and I put two next to each other, so there's the middle line. But if I put a tuck spot or a beautiful decoration on this side, that's all adjustable. I didn't like that. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. After all, I didn't have to refold the ledger. There was room, but it doesn't matter because the back side has also a bit of a neutral color, so that's not a problem. So we were in the middle because, sorry, I got sidetracked by the ledger. So this is our middle signature, beautiful image. And then we're going to the back sides and really crease it. Where the knot, this paper is very thin, so the knot is a bit thick here, but it isn't going anywhere, and that's the main thing. Yeah, and the digital, German page. Yeah, really beautiful. And there you have the waterfall. Also, it wasn't really in frame like that. And this, I don't know what I want with this. This is a bit much, I think. But I like the real big page because this is a beautiful image. Probably I wouldn't do anything to this. And then you have a large space here. And I think I'll leave it for the recipient to make that choice. If they think this is all way too much, just tear it off, and you have beautiful packaging paper to use in another journal. Maybe fold it over. The small page that can always be attach something to. You can always put a beautiful image like this. Then you have the waterfall here, and on this side you can put another image, and so you can always extend pages or make them shorter by folding it in. This little book page, and then we're onto the back. So we'll continue later with some extra decorating, and we're putting all the items in. I'm thinking maybe do some small things, but I really want the recipient to make this journal their own, so I don't want to do too much to it. And here also maybe a lace belly band, then the image will stay. If I put a pocket here, the image is completely gone, but I can put some lace here, and then you can tuck something in there, and then you can also see the beautiful image. And then maybe some dangles on there. Yeah, really happy how this turned out. I'll stop the video here, and I'll come back with the final touches, or if I want to leave it like this, the final flip through. Then I put everything back inside. So this will be the end of today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. If you like this video, I would love for you to subscribe, give a like or a comment. I would love to hear from you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!